What's up?
What's up?
What's up, delicious individuals out there? David Calafiore and Drew Griffin here, just getting off of a webinar earlier with Local Media Assets Masterclass, which was a blast. We had some folks come out and ask a bunch of pertinent questions, and we broke it down and doing some cool stuff. But
hey, Drew, can I get on the screen, man?
oh, duh.
Come on.
How did I get?
You hogging the limelight?
Yes, I am. Let me add you. There you are. Sorry about that.
It's all right.
Sorry about that. That was completely rude of me.
Yeah, that's totally rude. You're a jerk.
I know. So guys, hey, David's here. He's the other guy. I'm pointing, the wrong direction. There he is, over there. So, what's going on, everybody? Hey, it's Drew and David, and the purpose of this call tonight is not really to talk about us and what we did earlier tonight, but we will let you know that we did have a master class a little bit earlier. We had some folks come out learning a little bit of a deeper dive on the local media assets deal. We did some pretty cool stuff tonight, so we're going to show you a little bit of results that we got for just a few hours of work earlier tonight. But the reason for this call was a good friend and a member of this group and several other groups, Derek Barron, got some success today. So what did he do today?
Yeah, he has a possibility. I don't know if this is a closed deal yet or not, but of bringing on a client to do injections with stem cells. Is that am I right on that, Drew?
Yeah. So
stem cell.
I guess his client is like a medical client, and he reached out to them and was offering a service that we're going to be covering again on a webinar on Friday. Basically helping them out with doing events for that practice or a group of practices. So we don't have all the particulars yet, but he posted something earlier today, and he took action on a course that we put out called Event Leads Blueprint, which is something that I've had a lot of success with for a bunch of my clients, and it's exciting to hear somebody actually taking that by the horns and going out and doing this stuff in the community.
Yeah, he seemed very excited about it. And I mean, literally, by bringing on one of these types of deals, you've been doing this for a little while with some chiropractors, and literally have driven thousands of appointments to these local chiropractors with your service. So the deal that Derek might have brought on today quite literally might mean hundreds of thousands of dollars to him and his family. And that's pretty powerful stuff.
Yeah, taking this technique and really refining that this is just like one practice, right? One practice that is potentially putting a service out there that's helping the community, helping a community of patients that absolutely need this. We have a question here.
Brandy's saying, very cool. He should consider doing a book on his procedure and marketing it to other physicians and chiros. And I absolutely agree with that. That's a great idea.
It's exciting. It's hey, I might have to write that book, right? Sorry, Derek. I'm going to try to beat you to the punch. I'm excited for him and his practice. It's just adding an additional service on top of what he's already doing for his customers and clients. And it's just I just dig this stuff, man. When you share a tactic, you share a technique, and kind of customize the service. Somebody taking that out and duplicating that and offering this as a service to the end user. It's going to be, not only is it helping his client, but by virtue of instituting this, he's touching the lives of so many patients out there, right?
Absolutely.
That's kind of why we're doing this, and we just wanted to come on here and recognize Derek for taking action. It's not necessarily a local media asset, but it's a great way to hack with with your marketing inside the community and actually provide a service, a real service that puts money into your customers' pockets. Right? It's not just the arbitrary all that stuff is important, likes and follows and all that other kind of stuff, or social posting. All that is super, super important and super relevant. But when it comes down to it, what your customers and what your clients want is that, right? They want more business. They want to be able to help more people.
100%. And, for those of you who are maybe not interested in doing medical stuff or working with chiropractors or physicians, this is not just about working in the medical industry with these events. I mean, it can be for anything. It can be for your own marketing agency. For sure. I mean, Drew and I are working on some stuff right now for some projects that we have going and setting up local events with local business owners to sell them something that we're offering. So using the exact same system, it's not just about selling stuff to chiropractors and physicians. It can be for anything, financial advisors, dentists. That's medical, but it really could be for anything.
Massage therapists, chiropractors, gym owners,
you name it.
Sports,
nutritionist.
Financial
could be for a lawyer who's looking to do will services, or for folks in your community. So it really can be for anything. It's just about knowing the system and following the steps. And what's cool about what Drew's put together is he's figured all the stuff out already. And with Event Leads Blueprint, he's just going to save you a ton of time. I mean, it's not brain surgery, but it's just time spent figuring things out, trial and error, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work, testing, A/B testing, all those things. And he's basically just put it into an entire system. And as Derek can attest to now, it works.
Yeah, and whether he gets this client signed or not is irrelevant. Now he has a system, a platform that is going to garner some attention, and I couldn't be more thrilled for him, and hopefully those that have picked up Event Leads Blueprint or want to learn about it. We are going to be doing an encore webinar on Friday, and we'll drop the details of that below after this Facebook Live. But guys, it's not a secret. We're putting out a nice little piece of software and the opportunity to leverage events in order to promote your services or a piece of software. It's a little hint, by the way. You may want to consider checking this out. I fully intend to set up a bunch of events to actually promote this and some other services that we're coming out with. So we're super excited about that. But then enough of that, enough of the event stuff. This is more about Derek actually getting a nice big win earlier today. So congratulations, Derek, for taking. We would love to have you on to talk about, the win and maybe some of the setbacks that you may have received, if you approached another client or whatever. Listen, setbacks and people saying no is not any different with this methodology than anything other than the others as well. You're going to get some yeses and you're going to get some nos. Absolutely,
it's part of the game.
Yeah. So let's share what we did a little bit earlier tonight.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a blast. I mean, and we discovered some new things, just kind of digging around inside of Facebook. So anyway, guys, tonight we had a masterclass. We hosted a second call of a 4-part series, and we may actually end up adding a bonus module on top of that, just based on the stuff that we found tonight. So tonight we were talking a little bit about setting up a Facebook page, and we went, pretty much from scratch. Like, we literally just created a new page with everybody that was on the call, which may seem rudimentary to everybody that might be watching us, right? But systematically, David went through and more or less populated with a bunch of content on the page. So, hey, Ross, how you doing? but yeah, I mean, already I guess the call started around 8:05, 8:10 Eastern time right now. So at the time of this Facebook Live, it's 2 hours later. And let's go ahead and bring that up, shall we?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Cool. Let me see.
You got the screen there?
Yep. All right. Let me know when you see the screen. It should be on there. There's a little bit of a lag between.
There it is. I see it.
All right. So this is David's new page, and one caveat, guys, anybody that's watching this Facebook Live, please do not like the page. You can come in and check it out and stuff. We want to make sure that the data on this page is absolutely clean and clear. And I'm just going to kind of move my screen away so I can see it.
Yeah, we're using it as a case study. So if you could just, if you feel free to visit it, check it out, click around, but just don't like it because we're just keeping track of our stats and data here, and we'd appreciate that.
So as of 2 hours ago, this page did not exist, and with the help of Brandy Sappington, we got some really cool graphics and branding going on, branding with Brandy. Got this little, logo over here to the left. We got this little banner going on here, and then pretty much within a few hours, obviously the page has reached more than 10 likes by now. And as we scroll down and the lag catches up a little bit, we can see that we pretty much have the page set up. David has populated it with a bunch of content. There seems to be a little bit of a lag here, but anyway, here it is. David populated it with some information. I just want to show you, within essentially 1 hour, you should be able to see it now. What's up, Greenberg? David posted this little post. It says Tom Hanks spotted in Greensburg, right? 1 hour ago at the time of this recording. And we have 1,560 people that have been reached, 15 engagements, and 161 clicks, and 5 shares.
It's awesome.
5 shares. And we've got 7 people that have engaged on this particular one, so the YMCA annual book sale, What's Up in Greensburg.
So in 1 hour, Drew, 160 clicks back to our local media asset website in 1 hour from a page that was created about an hour and a half ago.
So I'm going to go ahead and click on this. Right, I'm going to thwart your data just a little bit, but I want to show everybody the local media assets platform and that everybody's been kind of talking about and raving about. When we click on this, right, you should be able to see the website that's been set up, whatsupgreenberg.com. We had a lot of fun getting this page together, kind of talking about what's on here. So here's the website, very much like everybody else's. It's the layout is very similar. The colors, have been adjusted, but this is the post that David just posted on Facebook about an hour ago, right? So, how many clicks came back to this?
160 since we posted it an hour ago.
So 160. That's traffic, guys. 160 visits to your whatsupgreenberg.com. This is basically a fresh install and a handful of posts and whatnot. We leveraged the group and jumped into a couple groups in and around the Greensburg area, shared the link, and as a result, 1,560 people were reached at the time of this recording, 161 clicks or so, and a few people liking the page, a few people commenting, and so on and so forth. So super excited. I mean, this is like under an hour. We're getting these kind of results already. Fresh install, fresh page, and getting results already. So complete transparency. David did submit a couple of ads just about an hour ago. And I think for the most part, 2 of those ads may have been approved already. And we'll start to get some of those results. So that some of those ads will be approved, and we'll get some traffic, get some traction with those particular ads. So we'll see this like will start to increase, the like total will start to increase over the next couple of days, over the next week or so. And we're just running a very basic like campaign and another one which is an engagement specifically to one of these posts. And we'll start to see the fruits of that labor in the number of people that are reached, the engagements, the people clicking through back to the page. I suspect probably within a week we're going to get several thousand clicks coming back to the website.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would predict that by this time next week when we do our next class, the page should have somewhere between 300 to 400 likes and followers, if not more. Yeah.
Here's another one. 241 people reached, 2 engagements, 10 clicks back to the website. So combination, you got potentially 170 clicks, maybe some of them are the same folks clicking through to check out where everything goes back to the page. Another 8 1 click. You get the idea, guys. This is really, really exciting. You should be if you're into this, I would highly recommend checking out Local Media Assets and following along, building out your pages. And it's just a tremendous opportunity to hack your local areas and bring a lot of attention, a lot of engagement back to your page. We've got a couple comments here. We have so was that post boosted? How'd you get that with a new page? Way to go, guys. Ross just got here. Very cool. Okay, so basically somebody asked, I can't see who that is.
Drew, we can't answer too many of these questions because folks are part of the masterclass and they've paid to be a part of that. So we can't get too in depth of what we're doing with some of these posts. Just be careful.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, good point.
We can't spill all the beans, but we can give you an idea.
Yeah, guys, this is super exciting. But anyway, we wanted to share this with you a little bit. This is what we did just a few hours ago, and we're getting immediate results. So that's kind of what we did a little bit earlier tonight. We're thrilled with this progress. I don't know about you, David, but my Local Media Asset right now is absolutely killing it, and developing clients from it has been it's blowing my mind. In the past year, really hustling and started working with a bunch of local clients and reaching out and doing the whole reach out process was it's a hustle, and dropping off donuts. I still believe in the method, and it works very well. But this, man, you have the opportunity to really position yourself as your local authority.
Right. Listen, with this type of asset and kind of going about it and building attention for your page, for your website, what happens is instead of you having to reach out to business owners, they start reaching out to you, coming to you and looking for ways to be able to promote their business with you. The key thing here is to remember that it doesn't happen overnight. There's work involved with this. It's not a totally automated process. It's not like you're just going to set up a feed and just go on it and you're going to, build a page that's getting massive amounts of attention that people love. You've got to kind of put a little bit of your heart and soul into it and get into it a little bit. Pay attention to what's going on in your local area and find content that people truly find useful. It's not just about setting up a feed to your website and just letting it go. Nothing that is worthwhile is just set it and forget it. So it's not like a get rich quick type of thing. It does take work. It takes being consistent with content. I'm not talking about 20 hours a week, but maybe a half hour every morning while you're having your coffee or reading the paper, sitting down and looking for local news and just posting it to your site. It takes a little bit in the beginning when you're getting rolling to fill your site up with content and kind of get going. But once you're you get rolling with it. It's really just a little, maybe an hour, half hour a day, if that, and you're really building something that has value in the end, that you can use to grow your own business, your agency. You can sell ad space. You can profit from it that way, or you can just take the thing after a while, after you've built a ton of attention and eyeballs, and sell it to somebody else. So you really are you're truly building a real, tangible, sellable asset, and that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is, and to speak to that, I mean, some of the opportunities that come about this. I mean, just earlier today, I've had somebody reach out that's kind of trying to do something similar in the industry. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
they're starting actually in the area, and they've reached out to me asking a bunch of questions. So I'm thinking that this very well may be an attempt to acquire, right? They're asking very particular questions, very specific questions. They started a new Instagram account. They've got a brand new page, and they're starting ground zero they're taking notice of the success that the page is starting to have. And
Right.
I'm all about competition. That's fine. I welcome it. It shows that we're doing something in the community that makes a difference. And guys, my community is super small. We're talking, maybe 17,000 people in a 20-mile radius. It's kind of crazy, and it doesn't have to be a huge area, or the population doesn't have to be massive. We're not talking about hundreds of thousands of people here. 17,000 people. I've got 1,000 people that have liked the page, and the momentum. People are actually sending me information. Like we've got a color run that's coming up, right?
Yep.
They actually sent that to my page. They sent a request through the blog itself, to actually post this, and I'm actually interviewing that particular person that put that information out there next Monday night, and just so happens that as a result of that, they've got connections with a lot of people in business in and around around our area. So as a result of taking, I don't know, 5-10 minutes to regurgitate their information, grab their image, put it into the blog post, like 10 minutes of time has now turned in at least an opportunity to speak with 5 businesses.
Yeah, it's amazing.
10 minutes of time. It's crazy.
And they're reaching out to you initially. You're not having to go drop off donuts or place a cold phone call or walking into a business cold and introducing yourself. They're emailing. They're finding their way to you. And I'm also in a small community here, Drew. We're about 20,000 people, if that. Mm-hmm. Very similar in size to where you are. And on my bot and email list, I've got close to 6,000 people now. So I've got a quarter of the population of the small city that we're in on an email list and a bot list. How powerful does that become to you as an agency? Really, really powerful.
Once I start to place ads and whatnot for events in my area, if I become, that's just an extra thing. I know I keep on going back to the events thing, but now I've got the attention. If I had like 6,000 people or 10,000 people, or you've got 25% of the community, the eyeballs, the attention. Imagine, becoming known for throwing events or charity or fundraisers or anything like that, right? I was talking with my wife earlier over this week or within the last week and a half, and we were talking about doing a fundraiser specifically for one of our daughter's sports. And it's just a car wash, right?
Yeah.
So imagine having all that attention and sending people and saying, "Hey, we've got a car wash. Come support the local school, the local team." 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,000 people being at least dialed in and aware that you've got something going on, as opposed to all the drive-by traffic that you're trying to get the scraps of, right? They tend to do very, very well, but if you had a directed ad, hey, come by, and you run an ad for a week or a week and a half, 2 weeks, what the result of that's going to be. I'm thinking beyond that for like my clients in the local community, right? So the chiropractors, the dentists, or people that want to run a local event, you control the real eyeballs in that area. And if they get to know, like, and trust you, it's they tend to believe you if you're more of a a sponsored post, right? Or you've got it endorsed, if you will. And boy, if you put an event together, you're going to pack that event just like that. So,
It's powerful. Yeah. And like what you were just talking about in terms of helping your daughter's swim team with a car wash. I mean, it's not always about making money either. I mean, look what an opportunity you have to really help people in your community. There's organizations and charities and teams and all sorts of folks in your community who really can use some attention. And once you build this and you've created the audience and the followers and the likes, you yield a lot of power in your community and you can do good with it. It's not always just about, filling your pockets. There's a lot of interesting, good things that you can do for your community. And then usually what happens from doing those good things is goodwill. And what comes from goodwill usually will bring you business and other riches. So, there's a lot of different ways to look at it. A lot of times folks who start doing this immediately start thinking about monetizing it or making money from it. But if you actually flip the switch and think about it in a different way and just concentrate on building out your assets and building the attention and the likes and the followers and providing good, useful content that people in your community are truly interested in, that it all actually will just come together by itself and you won't have to worry about how am I going to monetize this, because people are going to start coming to you, begging you for ways to be able to promote their business.
100%. We talked about that analogy of like dating, dating somebody. You don't go and, want to marry them that very first day, that first date. You want to date them a little bit, add some value, show them that you love and care about them, and you want to add value to their lives and that sort of thing. And you're going to find that people will know, like, and trust you a little bit better once you start to add that value. You gamify it a little bit with some contests if you want. Mm-hmm. You lead with value and show them that you can bring more attention to them as opposed to you.
Yeah. Powerful stuff. Jeff says, hey, nice shirt, Drew. Can we see it? There we go. There it is. Digital, delicious marketing gear.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's fun, man. This is my new favorite T-shirt.
So I don't know. That's it, man. We just wanted to kind of get on and give some props to Derek, who I like to give props to people who are taking action and actually getting out and doing stuff. I advise you not to buy courses, not to spend money on stuff if you're not going to take action. It just doesn't make sense.
That's right. Yeah, be discerning. Take a look at it and see how you can implement this into your life. And boy, the stories that you're going to come out with once you do are absolutely. I mean, some of the best stories are when people tell me no. It's hysterical. You go in and you're trying to sell them, but you're out really trying to add value to them. But my goodness, on the end, like one of my clients, it's funny. I've gone in and out of the relationship with them, and I just keep on stacking value. Listen, I've been fired a couple times with clients, right? But they come back. If I continue to deliver value, they always think the grass is greener on the other side. So those are funny stories too, right? So you get a lot of results, and then like, oh yeah, I think I could do better over here because it's either a little bit cheaper, and you just deliver a ton of value. Then you kind of go away. All right, I'll be here if you need me, and you go away. And, you're not like, yeah, screw that guy or screw that gal or whatever, screw that practice. They come back and they kind of eat crow a little bit because they know that you've been, it's just stacking so much value to them that, you have the upper hand and you can share that story later and just say, oh, well, yeah, we kind of didn't do too well for the past month or two or whatever. And now, you've got them, right? So, I mean, that's just kind of a chip, not a chip on the shoulder type of a story, but you're going to get those. You're going to get some really funny no's, like, "Hey, man, I'm just dropping off donuts." No, we don't want to set. We don't want to. We don't want anything from you. All right, I'll take the donuts away and go to the next guy, right? So you're going to have some fun with this stuff. And as David mentioned, can't afford it. Don't invest. We don't want to do that kind of stuff. And this goes for other people as well. If you're not going to implement it,
Yeah.
There's that fear of missing out versus whether you're really going to implement something or not. But once you do implement it, document everything, and I'm sure you'll have great results on the other side. So that's about it, guys.
Hey,
you got anything else?
I think tomorrow we discovered a couple cool new things within Facebook tonight while we were doing the masterclass that I think we might hop on at some point tomorrow and show, because I think they're very, very cool features that I didn't even know about. And I'm going to investigate a little bit, and we will show you what we found, which is really, really useful, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, so be on the lookout for that live. We'll probably do a few of these. We're just having a blast doing this, sharing some of the information that we've got, some things that we're coming up with, discovering, getting results with, and some things that we're not getting results with. I did a Facebook Live and almost ate some crow earlier today. It's like, oh yeah, that doesn't work, guys. Hey, here's a hack we found, and it doesn't work. So, yeah. But hey, I make mistakes all the time too. But listen, coming soon to a real or a Facebook Live with for you, or maybe it's a recorded video. We're gonna put some blooper reels together for you. I think you'll be entertained by that as well.
All right, awesome.
All right, guys. Well, enjoy the rest of the night. If there's anything else, then we'll say goodnight. Enjoy the rest of the evening. We will be doing a webinar on Friday. So for those of you who are interested in coming out and learning a little bit more about getting leads from events, we'll be doing a little bit more of an educational style webinar on Friday. Just a caveat, there will be an offer at the end of it, as you might expect. But for those of you who are interested, we do have a pretty awesome bonus lined up that you're not going to want to miss.
It's worth coming because you're gonna teach some pretty cool, usable tactics. Whether someone takes advantage of the offer or not, it's worth coming and hanging out with us. And if you can't be there, I think it's Friday at 1:00. Just sign up anyways, and we'll send you a replay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Guys, if you're on the East Coast, please be safe. This hurricane is coming up pretty strong on the East Coast. I think South Carolina and South, I think it's kind of take that turn. So we just want to take the opportunity to let everybody know, hey, be safe. Get to an area, even if you just need to, just get out of town for a couple of days until it subsides. Please be safe if you're staying around. Otherwise, we will catch you guys tomorrow and Friday and every day thereafter. So enjoy, guys. Have a great night.
Good night, everybody.